Welcome to Shalom World Podcast.
Hi kids!
Hi kids!
I'm Katie.
And I'm Koco.
And we're so excited to meet you!
Come and play
with Katie and Koco.
that's the way.
Get ready, let's go!
Flying through the air with Coco.
Telling stories with Katie.
You and I together, meeting my friends. Friends that help us every day.
Katie and Koco.
That help us every day.
Katie and Koco. Play and sing.
Pray and bring you and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Coco.
Oh yeah, it's good to be back. Can you tell a story now?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Okay, let's go to the story time. Do you kids love your friends? Well, Jesus said that there is no greater love than to lay down your life for a friend or a stranger, in the case of my friend Maximilian Kolbe. For him, everyone were his friends, whether he knew them or not. Because if Jesus loved everyone, then Maximilian did not want to be any different. Would you? From the age of 12, Maximilian knew that his life would be dedicated to God. One night, he was visited by our Blessed Mother Mary. And when he asked what would become of him in his life, Mary showed him 2 crowns. One crown was white, and the other crown was red. Which crown are you willing to accept? Mary asked him. The white crown meant he would persevere in purity, and the red crown meant he would become a martyr. Wait a sec, let's go over that again. Help me remember, what color crown was the pure crown? Was it yellow? No. Was it orange? No. Coco, what are the kids saying?
No. What?
White! Thank you so much. The white crown was the pure crown. But what color was the crown to be a martyr again? Was it brown?
No.
Was it green?
No.
What are the kids saying, Coco?
No. Red?
Oh, thank you. The red crown was the martyr crown.
Which crown did he choose?
Well, Maximilian chose both crowns because he wanted to accept anything that God was offering him. He wanted to be pure and to become a martyr. Do you kids know what a martyr is?
I know. Is it someone who goes to the market?
To the markets? Well, not quite, but it's a good guess.
Okay, another guess. Is it someone who wants to change their name to Martin?
Change their name to Martin? Well, no, but I can see where you're coming from. For a Christian to be a martyr, it means to give up your life for Jesus and to live in heaven with him.
So did Maximilian give up his life for Jesus?
That's right, and now he lives with Jesus in heaven.
How did it happen?
I'll tell you. Maximilian grew up in a country in Europe called Poland during the last century. Now, when you kids are older, you're going to learn about something called World War II. As the name suggests, it was a great big war that involved many different countries and lasted for 7 years. Now, Poland was one of the countries that was most affected by the war because some bad people called the Nazis had taken control over the country and also many of the countries nearby. The Nazis didn't like lots of different kinds of people. They were mean and proud and thought that only they were good enough to live. But the people they especially didn't like were the Jews.
Katie, who were the Jews?
The Jews are a race of people who follow the Jewish religion. They originally came from Israel, where Jesus lived.
Was Jesus a Jew then?
That's right, he was a Jew. But his followers, like you and I, are called Christians.
Why did the Nazis like the Jews, Katie?
Well, they had many silly reasons. But the main one was that the Jews were good with money, and the Nazis were afraid of them. Now, sometimes we can't help it if we don't like someone, can we? But what should we do if that happens?
Talk to them nicely and sort out the problem?
That's right, Coco. But do you think the Nazis did that?
No, they were so nasty.
Unfortunately, they were nasty. And instead of sorting out the problem, They wanted to get rid of the Jews altogether.
That's terrible.
It's very terrible, Koco. But luckily, there were people like our friend Maximilian. He was a Franciscan priest who lived in a place called a monastery. And when the Nazis started arresting the Jews, Maximilian knew he had to do something to help. So he hid 2,000 people inside his monastery to keep them safe from the Nazis. But sadly, this was not to last. The Nazis soon found out he was hiding the Jews and then arrested him as well. He was taken far away to a terrible prison called a concentration camp, along with many others, many of whom were kids just like you, who would never return home to see their families or play with their friends at the park or at soccer or even to celebrate their birthdays. Imagine that, they must have been so sad.
My friends always complain when we can't see each other.
Mine too, Koco. But luckily, they had Maximilian, who helped them every day to never give up hope.
What did he hope for? To escape?
Maybe he did, Koco, but the escape Maximilian really longed for was not to return home to Poland, but to go to his home in heaven, where he would see Jesus and Mary and all of his friends. And with heaven to look forward to, none of his sufferings could bother him for long. He simply offered them up and found strength in spreading his hope around all of his fellow prisoners.
Like when you make me happy when I'm sad?
Exactly, Koco. And eventually, Maximilian was given a chance to prove this in a life and death situation. After a prisoner had tried to escape the camp, the Nazis wanted to punish some other prisoners to frighten anyone else from doing the same thing. The guards chose a group of men at random. I want you, and you, and you, and you. Come here. But one of the prisoners didn't want to go. Please, you can't take me. I have a family, please. This was the moment that Maximilian seized. He stepped forward and traded places with the man, a stranger, but nevertheless a friend. And he went with the rest of the prisoners to a cell where they were locked up and given no food.
Oh no! He must have been so sad!
That's right, Koco. Normally, you would be very sad in this situation. But remember Maximilian's hope?
Yes, he hoped to go to heaven?
Yeah, exactly. And even being starved, he couldn't be sad and lose hope.
Did he help the other prisoners then as well?
Of course he did. He led them in prayers to Mary, who he still loved so much, and sang songs praising God, gradually farewelling each of his companions peacefully. But after 2 weeks, when he was still alive with no food, the guards came in themselves and sent him home to heaven while he prayed for them.
Wow! Maximilian was very brave!
Exactly, he was, Koco. And it was God who gave him the strength to be so brave. And if we ask God, he can help us to be brave just like Maximilian.
Let's ask him now!
Good idea, Koco. Thank you, God, for giving Maximilian your spirit of bravery. And thank you, St. Maximilian Kolbe, for accepting the challenges given to you. Help us to love God and others in every day, in everything that we do.
Koco amazing! Maximilian. You have some awesome friends, Katie. A friend that makes...
2.
What?
I've only introduced you to 2 of my friends so far, Koco.
Only 2? Each of them are worth 10, I reckon.
Or 100.
1,000?
I'm glad you like them so much.
I can't help it.
On a lazy laser razor lies a laser ray eraser. On a lazy laser razor lies a laser ray eraser.
What are you doing?
Don't sound so scared. There's no need to be scared.
Really? Because it sounds like you're doing a
what?
A tongue twister!
Then you'd be right. Bravo! What a smart bird. Let's try it all together. I'll tell you how it goes and then you can repeat after me. On a lazy laser razor lies a laser ray eraser. Okay, let's break it in half and then you repeat after me. On a lazy laser razor, your turn. On a lazy laser razor.
On a lazy laser.
Razor.
Razor.
Lies.
Lies.
A laser.
A laser.
Razor.
Razor.
Eraser. Wait a second. Let's try that all together one more time. On a lazy laser razor lies a laser ray eraser. Huh, I think we got it. Huh, high five, Koco.
Yeah!
Good job, kids. We got it. It's time to say goodbye now.
Bye, kids!
Koco, did you say hi? It's the end of the show, not the start.
I know that.
Then why did you say hi?
Because I was gonna say hi and then bye.
Okay, well, why don't we say just bye now, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bye, kids! Koco, I thought we agreed on saying bye.
What? I thought you meant we should say bye after we said hi.
What? Why would I? You know what? Never mind. Bye, kids!
Bye, kids. Bye, kids. See? That's what I was gonna do. Pray and sing.
Pray and bring. You and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Koco. Say Maximilian Kolbe. He never gets oldie.
Come and play,
Play with Katie and Koco.
that's the way.
Get ready, let's go.
Flying through the air with Koco.
Telling stories with Katie.
You and I together, meeting my friends. Friends that help us every day.
Katie and Koco.
That help us every day.
Katie and Koco. Play and sing.
Pray and bring. You and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Koco.
Shalom World Podcast is now available on all online platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, and others.